today. Okay. Let's get everything settled back in. Oh, come on. Why am I all wobbly? I have a slight headache. Come on.
Just a little further.
It's like Orpheus descending into the underworld.
Are you hiding something?
What do you mean?
Never mind. Your intuition is remarkable.
I'm not sure I'm following.
It doesn't matter. It's just a myth after all.
Yeah, just a myth. Nothing wrong at all. Why, Daniel? Please, for fuck's sake.
12th of August, 1839. Banishment ritual is taking longer than expected, and we have to do what is needed. I spend my time helping out the prisoners. Being around these degenerates makes me ill. None of them even tries to face their punishment with any kind of dignity. They taunt me with their lies of innocence and their cowardly pleas of mercy. What can make a man fall so far from the grace of a civilized existence? They are all wicked men, and I remind myself of it constantly. Still, I am thankful for God sending these monsters our way, as they will serve as the instruments of my salvation.
Yeah, something tells me they
the
aren't
different tools in the
actually
torture chamber
criminals
and learn
as
how
much
to
as
use
they
them
plead to
effectively.
be.
Last time was messy, and the effect suffered from my inexperience. When the next warding is to be performed, I shall be ready.
Uh-huh. Sure thing, Daniel. Delicious. Ay, ay, ay. Shattered orb. All is lost. I must once again start over. I snatched something from the orb first found by Agrippa. I have depended on it for my research. The incident with Wilhelm made me most impetuous. Fearing of prisoners, I proceeded with the final ritual without proper foresight. The orb cracked and fell into 6 pieces. I've tried everything but have yet to mend the thing. Once I can think of a way to piece it together, I'll have to find another. There is still life in the pieces, and even if the orb isn't restored, I might be able to salvage some power for other purposes. Centuries have passed in vain, and I begin to wonder if I'll ever be able to see my love again. How much longer can I sustain my life? Good question. I don't know. I don't know. But it is clear to me that this man is very old. And I am very, like, woozy in my, my movements. Holy moly. There's some oil. Put that in there. Okay. I want to do something. Hold on a sec. I want to save and quit. Continue. Yep, I had broken the game. That's what happened. That is indeed what happened. Yeah, I mean, those, especially those older games, you can break the game, like, to, not only...
Is this your time witnessing them? If so, blame yourself. You started this. You sent me that letter asking for help, and this is how you repay me. How dare you?
Rip.
Maybe she knows.
Okay.
These cells are meant to hold prisoners who are under treatment. The people you send for will end up here. Remember that the confinement itself works as a preamble to the torture, and you should pace yourself. Don't take anyone before they are ready.
Understood.
Sounds from the torture chambers are shuttled in through those pipes in the ceiling. Manage your victims well, and let one prisoner's pain instill terror in his cellmate.
That's fucked up.
Me? I'm Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa. I was once quite important, you know. Baron Alexander has sustained my soul in this dead husk for years. Who knows how many? Hundreds, I presume.
That's not great. There we go. fine to go. Okay. Oh, come on. Okay, so I gotta fix that machine somehow. The heck? Boo. Okay, let's look at our mementos. It says pedestal in the chancel has a depression that could fit an orb. 2 levers on the top floor are not working. It's probably something with the machinery. But the dying man seeks a note written by a man named Johann Weyer. An orb is needed to enter the intersectum. Shattered pieces lie in the torture rooms. A heavy door is blocking the path. Okay. Figure this out. Oh, I wonder if I can... Nope, guess not.
Dad, good to see you. Alexander is quite impressive in many ways, but he has grown impatient. By me? I'm the next best thing. Alexander really wants none other than Johann Weyer. You never heard of Johann Weyer? My God, boy. He's probably the greatest man in history. And you don't know him? Or is it the world who has forgotten him? Weyer was my pupil. My pupil. Yes, I do take pride in that. Is it so wrong? I found a Mithraeum once, one which had not been plundered. Do you know Mithraism? I suppose it doesn't matter. It is an old thing, building temples out of the caverns. The dark house being the universe. Inside, are its followers. Human, watching the sky slowly turn. But the followers do have one thing to allow them a real
Figure
sense
it
of
out.
connection.
Hell yeah.
The orbs.
Okay, now we can go open. Now we can go operate those levers, which I'm guessing open those two heavy doors. Yeah, I don't know when I'll get to playing I Have No Mouth and Must Scream. It's on the list of eventually. Okay, no more oil in there.
Daniel, you have gone too far. I have to stop you. I can't let you proceed any further. I'm sorry, my friend.
Our response screwed you too, Alexander.
How are things coming? You got the doors open? Good going. I knew you could do it.
Thanks, buddy. Probably have to put a hook on that. Like that. Like that. Okay, so that's the transept.
I do again. Not many orbs are left. They sometimes lose themselves or break, then used by an uninitiated. I was lucky. The orb I found spared my life and returned to where I found it. I know because Alexander took it and brought it to Brandenburg.
Interesting. Agrippa is a very nice source of,
I was a brave man and dared to proceed where I did not. He unearthed a number of cavern temples and gathered a whole collection of orbs. But unlike every other finder since the fall of the Israel faith, he was able to unshackle the horror you and I connected with the orbs. He used them and was able to travel far and wide, beyond the world itself.
Interesting. I'm just pausing for a sec to lotion up the hands because they're so dry. So dry. Too dry. Alright. Thanks for the informative lecture, my mans. How's my health looking? Alright, I'm okay on health at the moment. Hee-ho. Ooh. In court, the Order of the Black Eagles spew their politics at each other while I sit quietly in place, willfully forgotten. Once in a while, someone will notice me and lose themselves in a silent cower before regaining their senses. They all know I am the one and same Alexander who helped their fathers and grandfathers to found this great order. I've seen them take their fathers' places, and they too will grow old and pass away, while I remain the same, aged not by time, but by anguish. Interesting. Agrippa channels Wire. Wire taunts me from the other side. I trusted him with my true reason for my efforts, and he still insists on me releasing Agrippa. How an enlightened man can show such lack of compassion in a seat of power disgusts me. I can't bring myself to part from Agrippa, and he is and has been for centuries my only link to the worlds beyond. Where claims he tries his best to release me from my banishment, but that he needs me to give him Agrippa first so he too can help. If he can guarantee success, I would happily oblige, but how am I to part from him if my return might be denied? I know what they are capable of. I have seen their deception. Optimism is a most hopeless feeling, but I must retain it. I shall prepare for his release. To release Agrippa without killing him, Wire told me to feed him a tonic made from a paralyzer, vitae, and tabter. The poisonous fungi should work as a paralyzer if I can find the internal gland from a large specimen. The choir seems to be fertile grounds for this sort. Should be able to extract its contents with the proper tools. The vitae could be extracted as usual from any agonized human's victim's blood. I just need large amounts to distill it properly. Remember to collect this during the next torture session. Tamter, on the other hand, will prove more difficult. I don't think it exists in this world. Simply written, the word with these letters looks wrong. I believe it's a property of the secretion in the water-dwelling cairn. I'll have to address Wire with this, as he will have to properly supply me with a host. Also, a properly prepared well should suffice contain it. Okay, interesting. Oh yeah. Gotta remember to close the doors. Alright. Get a hold of yourself, Daniel. God. I don't grind my teeth that much in the dark. Choir entrance. Let's go to the choir. Ow.
15th of August, 1839. The blood wards are failing. The shadow beckons, and its cry disarms my actions. Hurry. No time to spare. You have to kill another. Alexander produces a knife. He wants me to cut the flesh. Do it. Save yourself. He is a murderer, Daniel. He is evil. A cold-blooded killer. Hurry. Alexander, you must let me be. I have to concentrate. Paint the man, cut the lines, cut the flesh, watch the blood spill, let it come. Please, I didn't do anything. Paint the man, cut the lines, paint the man, cut the lines.
Daniel.
The man cries.
Daniel went bonkers.
I did well. One life for another. You hear me, guardian of the orb? I did all this for you. Now, once more,
Withdraw your shadow from my domain!
Alexander, there isn't much time. I can feel it. We must act swiftly. I will do
so bright.
whatever it takes.
Oh, shit. My sanity is gone again. The fuck?
What are my intentions, Daniel? Salvation. It used to be yours, but now you only seek misplaced revenge. How do you justify your violence? Is it for the greater good? Are you doing the world a service? It is you who caused all this pain and death. If you had accepted your fate and submitted to the orb when you first discovered it, none of this would have happened. It is curiosity in league with your selfishness that is killing us both.
Wow.
The wheel is good for keeping your victims still during the procedure. They can be bound around the circumference or simply stretched across, tying limbs to the spokes and rim. All tools are by this point useful, and you may administer the torture in any way you like. But the forte of the wheel is the gaps. When you have decided that the victim shall die, you can smash their limbs with a hammer, making them fold in between the frame.
But they'll die. Too quickly, I mean.
No, don't worry. The human body is much more resilient. They can survive for days until they finally succumb.
Mightily unpleasant, I say to you. The murderer's limbs are tied to the spokes of the wheel. They turn the wheel slowly, but with intent, so the rope secured around his legs stretched and cracked bone. He no longer had the strength to scream. The two men looked at each other knowingly and took a hammer and struck the victim's chest in a final act of mercy. That's fucked up. Okay, I got piece number 1 of orb. Orb is important. Shit. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. And I'm dead. I don't like these things. Well, at least it let me keep the orb piece. I hate the way this place looks. Not in a, like, I hate the way this place looks in a, like, this is artistically bad. I hate the way this place looks because it makes me feel incredibly uneasy. The art direction in here is very well done. And I watched a little bit of the guy. Jesus. Fucking hell. Wait, I can hear the sound of the orb. Yeah, I might as well touch the Iron Maiden. The forger stood absolutely still. The casket had been closed, but a faint light made its way inside. A myriad of spikes pointed at him, glittering as they waited for his body to slip for just a moment. His knee jerked and he felt blood trickle down his leg. In pain, his head fell slightly forward. It took him a while to realize his eye had ruptured and begun to leak. There's our piece number 2. The fuck? Supposed to be like 3 pieces in each section, maybe? So I gotta find one more here? I think. Hard to say with how, like, wild the bridge is. No, it doesn't seem like it. I guess I gotta go back now. Wait, where the fuck was that bridge? How big is this hall? Jesus. Alright, mementos. One note of a mixture made with 3 ingredients. The pedestal is a chainsaw, grip of a dying man. Okay. My poor head.
Elsa, find a way.
Okay. Okay.
Good to see. Incredible. You found Raya's recipe. Then there might still be a chance. Listen carefully. Alexander is working on opening a gate, a door to another realm. It's where he wants to go. If you could put your anger aside, let him open the portal before you take your revenge. Let me pass the gate, Daniel. Please, find the ingredients and prepare the tonic Raya describes. And do so before you assemble the orb. The barrier keeping you from the inner sanctum will only be breached for a short time. Unless everything is taken care of before mending the orb, you won't be able to save me.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Fucking water. Goddamn water creature. Gah! Well, this place looks terrifying.
How much more, Baron? How much more am I supposed to withstand? Kill me already! Kill me!
This one, prepare him.
The kidnapper sat on her knees with her hands tied behind her back. She felt her hands being lifted and her body followed. Her shoulders gave way to the weight of her own body and cracked loudly. The suspended woman cried hysterically as the men contemplated their next step. It's fucked up. Close that door. Daniel, you need to calm down. God damn it. Oh no, it's Alexander. He looks super fucked up. Notes on torture. There are quite a few things to be said about torture. I had figured that the reaction I would get from the victims would be highly individual. Thankfully, this is not the case. The humans all have a similar approach to dealing with physical pain and the terror of anticipation. I cannot stress enough the importance of restraining the victims before proceeding. Even the most timid creature can break out in fits of violence where their strength exceeds their expected prowess. If proper care has been put into breaking the victim, this should not be a problem, but it will also hinder the effect I am after. The right steps to take are therefore to restrain while the victim is still dazed, proceed by presenting the form of torture you are about to apply to them, and then continue with the actual act. The point of presentation is to infuse terror. The human mind is extremely efficient, as it will trigger itself into greater fear simply by imagining it. While applying pain, make sure to avoid massive damage, as it will prove more efficient if the process can be sustained. Also, apply the pain in doses, if possible with breaks to let the body settle. If you are whipping or cutting the victim, strike once, then wait for the pain to subdue, then strike again. As long as the body suffers, it will continue to bruise the vitae and saturate the blood with its properties. Only with careful performance will the victim yield maximum effect. If the victim does not behave as expected, it is likely that it will be all for naught. Before this happens, feed them the amnesia drink and try again later. I have once again offended the lizard by removing his salad. Well, welcome to salad. Throw that damn thing. Is it you, my love, I miss the most? Or is it perhaps myself? I know what I have become. I'm not blind. I'm a monster to them. A demonic sultan perched on a dark mountaintop. There is little I can do to redeem myself. The Black Eagle fears me, and after Napoleon's defeat, it is only a matter of time before they will demand my head on a platter. I must remove myself from this land. This time it must work. If I can't return home now, I shall perish. Oh, thank God, oil.
No, don't kill her.
Gotta make use of these. Wait. No. Damn it, that's the one I already went to. Don't have much oil left, so I gotta make these trips quick and efficient. The rapist hanged upside down, his tears soiled with blood floating from his body. The saw between his legs had lodged itself in the hip and wouldn't move any further. The men stepped back and waited for the victim to drain. No. No, I said I have to conserve my usage in short bursts.
The cradle is ready.
Good.
You're a man. How can you partake in this?
Is he all right?
He is one of the wicked. Don't pay his lies any attention.
I'm not a bad man. It was an accident.
He set a man on fire.
It wasn't my fault! Why won't anyone listen?
That's horrible.
Of course. We are dealing with monsters here.
Not at the moment, no. I would prefer not.
Please, do anything. Whatever you want. Anything. Do anything.
Alright, fair enough. I was almost out anyway, so. Time to GTFO.
Was there something else? You seem to have found all the orb pieces used in the transact. Go to the choir and find the rest. Me, out. Not the way I hoped. I've done all that I can to escape.
Ooh, wait a second. Yeah! Yeah, come on. Okay, so I need... This is a mixture made with 3 ingredients. Paralyzer, a vitae, and tampter. The poisonous fungi should work as a paralyzer if I can find the internal glands from a large specimen. Okay, so it looks like I got the bottom one. So vitae I need from any agonized human. Poisonous fungi. So I need to go to the... So the next one is in the choir. Alright. Again, this is one of those things where it's like...
Something else. My pupil, Johann Weyer, said he found a way to take me with him beyond the stars. But I was too afraid to come along. Seriously. And now, All I can do is regret it. I've always hoped fire would return and give me a second chance. But
Okay. So looks like I gotta go to the choir. Know there's a guy around here, but I also know that, like, there should be another door around here too. Or something. Oh, beautiful. Save those for later, I guess. Fortunately, the light is not my friend right now. The trader did not know what to think of the brass bowl. He was forced to enter it. Only when the heat of the fire began to scorch his skin and cook his flesh did he realize it was to be his tomb. His screams of pain echoed inside the brass chamber and traveled through the complex instrument which was the bull's head. Outside men could hear the brazen bull below. Damn. Damn, yo. Well, at least this one provides the, Ha! Found it. Okay. So I have all 6 pieces of the orb. And I have 2 of the 3 pieces of the concoction. I would say this area is like fine to not use any light because it's like sort of bright enough to see where you're kind of going, but at the same time it's also like terrifying. Mainly because you got those big brutish assholes waiting to fucking murder you around every corner. This place is like a goddamn maze to a degree. As I'm like, okay, let's find the bridge. I've also hit the point of the day where darkness on this screen is not helpful because I'm getting glare from my window, which is like not great, but it's just like, okay, just have to fucking deal with it. I'll talk to Agrippa. I'll see what we can get here. That sounded bad. This sounds bad.
I see that all the orb pieces you need. I know I have no right to ask anything of you, but if you could find it in your heart to gather the ingredients for Vire's stock before attempting to mend the orb, there might still be a chance for you to save me. Please, my fate is in your hands. I see that all the orb pieces you need. I know I have no right to ask anything of you.
Hush.
But if you could find it in your heart to gather the ingredients for Vire's stock before attempting to mend the orb, there might still be a chance for you to save me. Please, my fate is in your hands. I see that all the orb pieces you...
I'm gonna tab. Okay, so the bucket of tar, I have a feeling, is where our where we're getting all these pieces, putting all these pieces together.
I know I have no right to ask anything of you, but if you could find it in your heart to gather the...
Much left. Oh god! jerks.